Dr. Eric walks into his consultation room with a gentle smile. Sitting before him is a 67-year-old gentleman who seems healthy but complains of morning joint stiffness, poor sleep, and recent memory lapses. When asked about his diet, the man replies, "I eat pretty healthy, Doc. I even snack on some salted cashews and roasted peanuts every day." Dr. Eric nods, knowingly. He's heard this countless times. And he knows that something as seemingly harmless as the type of nuts you eat daily can profoundly affect your overall health, especially after 60. As we age, Dr. Eric explains, our bodies no longer process fats, sugars, or salt the same way. What you eat with your hands every day can either support your memory, joints, and heart, or quietly accelerate decline. Among all the foods we can control, nuts are among the most powerful if you choose wisely. They're small, nutrient-dense, and easy to eat. But if you choose the wrong kind, they can become silent enemies. Today, Dr. Eric is here to reveal the 4 nuts you should eat daily after 60 and the 4 you must avoid at all costs if you care about your blood pressure, memory, energy, and long-term vitality. Dr. Eric often begins his lectures with a surprising fact. The average senior over 60 consumes over 1,000 snacks per year, but rarely considers how those tiny choices influence their long-term health. Every handful of something you eat has consequences, he says. You're either feeding disease or feeding vitality. Nuts, in particular, hold tremendous potential. They're dense in nutrients, portable, easy to portion, and can satisfy hunger in seconds. But not all nuts are equal, and not all bodies respond the same way. Especially after 60, your metabolism slows, hormonal regulation shifts, and inflammation levels increase. This means that foods you tolerated well in your 40s may now cause bloating, brain fog, or joint flare-ups. Nuts are unique because they're rich in healthy fats, especially monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. High in protein that supports muscle mass preservation. Loaded with fiber, which regulates digestion and lowers cholesterol. A source of antioxidants that neutralize age-related oxidative stress. Convenient. No prep, no fuss, but high impact. However, Dr. Eric emphasizes this truth. Nuts are medicine, and like any medicine, dosage and form matter. Eat the right ones in the right way, and you'll feel more energetic, clearer in thought, and lighter in your joints. But choose the wrong ones, especially processed varieties, and you may silently be raising your blood pressure, destabilizing your blood sugar, or weakening your memory. This is why he created a clear system for his patients. Focus on 4 healing nuts you should eat daily, and avoid 4 harmful nuts that can sabotage your health goals, no matter how innocent they seem. Dr. Eric often calls walnuts the senior brain's best friend. While most people think of fish when they hear the term omega-3s, walnuts are one of the very few plant-based sources that are exceptionally high in ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, a form of omega-3 that reduces inflammation in blood vessels, improves blood flow, and protects brain cells from oxidative stress. But what makes walnuts truly unique is their neuroprotective power. In multiple clinical studies, older adults who consumed walnuts regularly demonstrated slower cognitive decline, fewer memory lapses, and even better verbal reasoning skills. Some research suggests that the polyphenol in walnuts may help reduce amyloid plaque buildup, one of the contributors to Alzheimer's disease. Dr. Eric explains that brain function after 60 is not just about avoiding disease. It's about maintaining clarity, alertness, and emotional balance. Brain fog, forgetfulness, trouble focusing, these aren't always signs of aging. Sometimes, it's just inflammation. and inflammation is exactly what walnuts are designed to combat. Another overlooked benefit of walnuts? They help regulate sleep. Because walnuts are a natural source of melatonin, they can help align your circadian rhythm and improve sleep quality, especially in seniors who struggle to fall asleep or wake up often at night. Dr. Eric typically recommends 5 to 6 walnut halves per day, preferably in the morning with a meal that includes complex carbohydrates like oats or whole fruit. The combination slows digestion, enhances nutrient absorption, and provides steady energy throughout the morning. He also warns against overly roasted or salted walnuts. Heat destroys the omega-3s, and salt increases your blood pressure. Choose raw, organic walnuts whenever possible. So if you're looking to protect your mind, calm your nervous system, and keep your arteries clear, walnuts deserve a permanent spot in your daily routine. Among all nuts, almonds are some of the most versatile, and perhaps the most underrated when it comes to managing blood sugar and preserving bone strength after 60. Dr. Eric often recommends almonds to patients with early signs of insulin resistance or bone thinning. Because almonds contain an exceptional combination of magnesium, calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin E, 4 nutrients critical for people over 60. Let's break it down. Magnesium helps regulate blood sugar and supports over 300 enzymatic processes in the body, including those involved in nerve function and cardiovascular health. Many seniors are unknowingly deficient in magnesium, which can lead to muscle cramps, anxiety, and irregular heart rhythms. Calcium and phosphorus are building blocks of bone tissue. While dairy often gets the spotlight, almonds provide a plant-based way to deliver bone-supportive minerals without the digestive issues many seniors face with lactose. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that protects cells from aging. In almonds, it comes in a natural form, which is more bioavailable than synthetic supplements. But almonds aren't just good for what they contain, they're also good for what they don't. They have a very low glycemic index, meaning they cause only a gradual rise in blood sugar. When consumed with meals, they help reduce post-meal glucose spikes, a common challenge for older adults. In fact, one study showed that eating a handful of almonds before a carbohydrate-heavy meal significantly reduced the postprandial blood sugar spike. That means fewer insulin swings, better energy, and less stress on the pancreas. Dr. Eric's practical tip: keep 10 to 12 raw, unsalted almonds in a small container in your bag or pocket. Eat them between meals when you feel a craving or low energy. It's a smarter snack than any cracker or cookie, he says. He also warns against roasted or flavored almonds. Once you add honey glaze, chocolate, or artificial flavoring, you've turned a health food into a dessert. For women post-menopause, Dr. Eric especially recommends almonds due to their bone-preserving effect and skin-rejuvenating vitamin E content. In short, almonds are like a quiet companion, not flashy, not overwhelming, but incredibly supportive. A few each day can help you stand taller, think sharper, and feel more balanced from the inside out. If there's one nut Dr. Eric treats like a potent supplement, it's the Brazil nut. These large, smooth nuts from the Amazon rainforest aren't just rich and buttery in flavor. They are one of the most concentrated natural sources of selenium found in any food on Earth. And why is selenium so important, especially after age 60? According to Dr. Eric, selenium plays 3 essential roles for seniors. Thyroid health. Selenium is a cofactor in the production of thyroid hormones. As we age, thyroid function often declines, leading to fatigue, slower metabolism, weight gain, and low mood. Selenium helps keep the thyroid working efficiently, especially in seniors with subclinical hypothyroidism, which is very common but often missed. Immune support. Selenium supports white blood cell activity and helps regulate inflammation. In seniors who are more vulnerable to infections and slower to heal, this makes selenium a quiet but crucial ally. Antioxidant protection. Selenium is vital for the production of glutathione peroxidase, one of the body's most powerful antioxidants. This enzyme neutralizes free radicals, reducing cellular aging and protecting the liver, brain, and cardiovascular system. What makes Brazil nuts so powerful, and a little dangerous, is that you don't need many. In fact, eating too many can backfire. Dr. Eric shares a cautionary note. One Brazil nut contains about 95 micrograms of selenium, nearly 175% of your daily recommended intake. 2 is plenty. 3 might be too much. He recalls a patient who started snacking on Brazil nuts by the handful. Within weeks, they experienced hair thinning, metallic taste, and brittle nails, early signs of selenium toxicity. Dr. Eric's prescription. 1 Brazil nut per day, taken in the morning or with breakfast. Store in the fridge in an airtight container, as Brazil nuts spoil quickly due to their high oil content. Never consume more than 2 per day, especially not daily for weeks. Beyond selenium, Brazil nuts also offer healthy fats, protein, and small amounts of zinc, magnesium, and thiamine, but their real magic lies in what Dr. Eric calls their micronutrient punch in a single bite. They may not be for everyone, especially those with nut allergies or selenium sensitivity, but when used correctly, Brazil nuts are a smart, natural way to regulate metabolism, improve immune resilience, reduce oxidative stress in aging tissues. So if you're over 60 and feel sluggish, mentally foggy, or cold all the time, it might not be just age. It could be your thyroid whispering for help. And 1 humble Brazil nut a day might be just the support it needs. Pistachios may be small, but their benefits for circulation and vision are significant, especially after age 60. Dr. Eric often refers to them as the circulation nut, and for good reason. They're one of the richest natural sources of L-arginine, an amino acid that helps your body produce nitric oxide. This compound relaxes and widens blood vessels, improving blood flow to the heart, brain, and limbs, crucial for seniors dealing with cold extremities, fatigue, or poor cardiovascular performance. Pistachios are also high in lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 powerful antioxidants that protect the retina from damage caused by aging and blue light exposure. These nutrients help prevent macular degeneration, a common cause of vision loss in older adults. And beyond heart and eye health, pistachios offer a bonus: blood sugar stability. They're low in carbs, high in fiber, and help slow digestion, reducing sugar spikes after meals. Dr. Eric's advice: eat 15 to 20 raw or lightly roasted, unsalted pistachios daily. Avoid flavored or sugar-coated varieties. For added benefit, eat them slowly. Shelling pistachios helps with mindful eating and portion control. In short, pistachios are a smart, simple way to support circulation, protect your eyes, and keep energy steady throughout the day. Most seniors are told to eat more nuts, but very few are told which nuts to avoid. According to Dr. Eric, this is a dangerous oversight. Nuts can heal, he says, but the wrong ones can silently harm. Many older adults unknowingly reach for snacks that appear healthy but are heavily processed, salt-laden, sugar-coated, or chemically preserved. These types of nuts not only cancel out health benefits but can also worsen key conditions like high blood pressure, joint inflammation, blood sugar instability, and cognitive decline. Dr. Eric calls them the hidden troublemakers in your pantry, because their effects aren't always felt right away. You might snack on them for months before noticing higher blood pressure, brain fog, or digestive issues. Let's be clear, these are not bad because they're nuts. They're bad because of how they're processed, flavored, or stored. He encourages his patients over 60 to learn to read the packaging and, more importantly, to listen to how their body feels after eating certain snacks. If you feel bloated, sluggish, anxious, or off after your usual trail mix, the nuts may be part of the problem. In the next 4 parts, Dr. Eric breaks down the 4 worst types of nuts for seniors and why each poses a hidden risk to your health. These aren't rare or obscure. In fact, they're probably in most households right now. If you want your heart, memory, digestion, and joints to keep up with you as you age, this is where your transformation begins, by letting go of what's quietly breaking you down. Dr. Eric has a firm rule when it comes to store-bought, roasted, and salted nuts. If your nut comes with a flavor label, put it back. Because for seniors, these seasoned nuts are often a hidden salt bomb, and salt, more than sugar or fat, is a silent accelerator of aging when consumed in excess. Let's break it down. Roasted nuts, especially those sold in vacuum-sealed snack packs, are often coated in vegetable oils that have been reheated multiple times. Sprinkled with high levels of sodium, sometimes over 300 milligrams per handful. Exposed to high heat, which degrades healthy fats and creates inflammatory compounds. Most people don't realize how quickly sodium adds up. A small handful of salted peanuts or cashews can give you over 15 to 20% of your daily sodium limit in one snack. For seniors with already elevated blood pressure or stiffening arteries, this daily overload can tip the scales toward hypertension, fluid retention, and even heart failure. Dr. Eric warns, your kidneys are already working harder after 60. Every excess pinch of salt makes their job more difficult. Beyond the salt, the roasting process itself is problematic. Many roasted nuts are processed at high temperatures that oxidize the oils inside the nut. Oxidized fats contribute to arterial plaque buildup and inflammation, the very things seniors should be trying to avoid. White heavy checkmark what to do instead. Dr. Eric's recommendations are simple. Buy raw, unsalted nuts, preferably organic. If you enjoy the crunch, lightly dry roast them at home at low heat, under 150 degrees Celsius 300 degrees Fahrenheit, with no oil or salt. If flavor is important, add herbs like rosemary, paprika, or garlic powder, but skip the salt. He also suggests portioning nuts into small containers at the start of the week to avoid overeating. In my clinic, he says, I've seen patients drop their blood pressure 10 points just by switching from salted mixed nuts to raw almonds. The truth is, salted nuts may taste comforting, but for seniors, they're often a daily dose of danger in disguise. Cut the salt, and you'll feel the difference in your heart, your joints, and your energy within days. They look innocent. They even sound healthy, Dr. Eric often says. But make no mistake, candied, honey-coated, and sugar-glazed nuts are dessert, not a snack. And for seniors, they can be dangerous. Many older adults trying to eat better are misled by shiny packaging that reads, honey roasted, glazed almonds, maple pecans, caramelized cashews. What they don't realize is that these products are essentially sugar-covered fat. A small handful often contains 15 to 20 grams of sugar, the equivalent of 4 to 5 teaspoons. That's more sugar than a cookie or small donut, but disguised inside something that looks nutritious. Fire why it's dangerous after 60. Dr. Eric explains. After age 60, your insulin response weakens, your cells become more resistant to sugar uptake, and your liver metabolizes sugar more slowly. That means even a little sugar goes a long way, in the wrong direction. Candied nuts can spike blood sugar rapidly, causing energy crashes. Promote belly fat and fatty liver. Increase triglycerides, worsening cardiovascular risk. Feeds systemic inflammation, which accelerates aging of the joints and brain. And unlike fresh fruit, which contains fiber and water, Sugar on nuts is refined, sticky, and fast-absorbing, the perfect recipe for a glucose surge. White heavy checkmark. What to do instead? Dr. Eric strongly advises avoiding any nut that tastes sweet, sticky, or leaves sugar on your fingers. His suggestion: choose plain raw or dry roasted nuts. Want sweetness? Add a few raisins or a date alongside your nuts, so you're getting natural sugars with fiber. For a flavorful treat, try tossing raw nuts with cinnamon, cacao powder, or shredded coconut, but never honey or syrup. He shares one last tip: read the ingredients. If sugar, glucose, corn syrup, or anything ending in "ose" is in the first 3 ingredients, put it back. In short, while nuts themselves can stabilize blood sugar, coating them in sugar turns them into a health trap, especially for seniors managing diabetes, prediabetes, or weight gain. Eat your nuts clean, and your body will thank you with more stable energy, less inflammation, and a clearer mind. Peanut butter often wears a healthy disguise. It's made from peanuts, right? How bad could it be? According to Dr. Eric, this assumption is one of the most dangerous dietary misunderstandings among older adults. Not all peanut butter is created equal, he says. In fact, most store-bought peanut butter is closer to a processed spread than a health food. While natural peanut butter, made with just peanuts and maybe a pinch of salt, can be a great source of protein, healthy fats, and vitamin B3, commercial peanut butter is often loaded with toxic additives that work against your health, especially after 60. Let's examine what's really inside that innocent-looking jar. Test tube what's hiding in regular peanut butter. Hydrogenated oils. Most big brand peanut butters use partially hydrogenated vegetable oils to improve texture and shelf life. These oils contain trans fats, even in small amounts, which increase LDL, bad, cholesterol, lower HDL, good, cholesterol, promote inflammation and arterial plaque buildup. Dr. Eric warns, even if the label says 0 grams trans fat, there can still be up to 0.49 grams per serving legally. Over time, that adds up, especially for someone eating peanut butter every day. Added sugars and syrups. To make the peanut butter more palatable, many companies add sugar, dextrose, corn syrup, or molasses. These sweeteners spike blood sugar, promote fat storage, strain the pancreas, emulsifiers and stabilizers. Chemicals like mono and diglycerides, or soy lecithin, are added to keep the oils from separating. These substances can disrupt gut bacteria, affect hormonal balance, and even trigger mild inflammation in sensitive individuals. Prohibited the peanut problem. Beyond the additives, even peanuts themselves come with concerns, particularly when they're grown non-organically. Peanuts are highly susceptible to mold, which can produce aflatoxins, natural toxins that damage the liver and have been linked to cancer. Dr. Eric emphasizes that quality matters even more than quantity. 1 tablespoon of clean peanut butter is better than 3 tablespoons of the processed kind. White heavy checkmark. What to choose instead? Dr. Eric's recommendation is simple. Look for natural or organic peanut butter with only 2 ingredients: peanuts and maybe salt. Stir it yourself. The natural separation of oil is a good sign. Store in the refrigerator to keep it fresh and safe. If you're adventurous, consider switching things up with almond butter for more vitamin, cashew butter for creaminess and magnesium, sunflower seed butter for those with peanut allergies. In summary, commercial peanut butter is not the same as natural peanut butter. One supports your heart, brain, and muscles. The other quietly loads your body with inflammatory oils, hidden sugars, and chemical additives. If you've been eating the wrong kind for years, don't panic. Just flip the jar, read the label, and upgrade to a cleaner choice. Your arteries, liver, and energy levels will thank you. Not all nuts are healthy, especially if they've been sitting in your pantry for months. Dr. Eric warns that rancid or stale nuts are a hidden danger, especially for seniors. Nuts are rich in oils, and when exposed to heat, air, or light, those oils begin to oxidize, forming harmful compounds that cause digestive upset, increase inflammation, damage liver cells over time. Even worse, old or improperly stored nuts can grow mold that produces aflatoxins, toxic substances linked to liver disease and cancer. If your nuts taste bitter, smell off, or feel waxy, toss them out. Don't ignore your senses. White heavy checkmark Dr. Eric's tips for safe storage. Buy small amounts you can finish in 4 to 6 weeks. Store in airtight glass jars in the fridge. Avoid plastic bags or sunny countertops. Never eat nuts with an unusual odor or bitter aftertaste. Fresh nuts should taste clean and mild, Dr. Eric says. If they don't, they're not nourishing you, they're quietly harming you. For seniors managing diabetes or prediabetes, nuts can be a powerful tool to stabilize energy and reduce sugar cravings, if used correctly. Dr. Eric explains that nuts like walnuts, almonds, and pistachios help. Slow digestion, avoiding post-meal glucose spikes. Improve insulin sensitivity. Curb sweet cravings by keeping you full longer. Because they're low in carbs and high in fiber and healthy fats, these nuts won't spike your blood sugar, unlike crackers, rice cakes, or even many healthy granola bars. White heavy checkmark Dr. Eric's daily nut plan for blood sugar. Morning, 5 walnut halves with oatmeal. Midday snack, 10 raw almonds. Evening, 15 unsalted pistachios. He also advises avoiding candied nuts or trail mixes with dried fruit, which can undo the blood sugar benefits. Simple, raw nuts are better than most diabetic snacks on the shelf, Dr. Eric says. They don't just fill you up, they help you stay balanced. Your heart works harder as you age, which is why nutritional support becomes critical after 60. Dr. Eric believes certain nuts can be powerful allies for cardiovascular health, especially when used in place of processed snacks. He highlights 3 heart-smart choices. Almonds help lower LDL, bad cholesterol, and reduce arterial plaque buildup. Walnuts contain omega-3s that reduce inflammation and improve blood vessel function. Pistachios support healthy blood pressure and improve circulation through natural vasodilation. What's key, according to Dr. Eric, is how you eat them. Salted or oil-roasted nuts cancel out the benefits by increasing sodium and oxidized fat intake, both harmful for the heart. White heavy checkmark his simple formula. 1 small handful, about 28 g, of mixed raw, unsalted almonds, walnuts, or pistachios per day. Eat them with breakfast or as a mid-morning snack. Nuts won't replace your heart medication, Dr. Eric says, but they can reduce your need for it, and that's a step toward true healing. Dr. Eric reminds us that after 60, 2 things silently decline: bone density and cognitive sharpness. But certain nuts can support both, naturally. Here are his top choices. Almonds, rich in calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus, key minerals for maintaining strong bones and preventing fractures. Walnuts, high in omega-3s, which reduce brain inflammation and support better memory and mood. Brazil nuts provide selenium, a trace mineral that protects the thyroid, essential for both bone metabolism and brain energy. These nutrients work together to slow age-related bone loss, support focus and memory recall, reduce oxidative stress on brain and bone cells. White heavy checkmark Dr. Eric's daily tip. 5 almonds plus 3 walnut halves in the morning. 1 Brazil nut every other day. Drink water and walk after snacking to support bone circulation. Eating these nuts daily is like giving your skeleton and brain a quiet shield, he says. They won't make you younger, but they'll help you stay stronger, longer. As we grow older, every choice we make, no matter how small, carries more weight. The foods we once ate without thinking now speak directly to our blood pressure, our memory, our energy, and our sleep. And among all those choices, few are as deceptively powerful as the simple handful of nuts we reach for each day. Some nourish, some inflame, some protect our hearts and brains, some quietly work against them. But the good news? You're in control. By choosing raw, unsalted, and properly stored nuts, and avoiding those that are sugary, processed, or stale, you can turn an ordinary snack into a daily act of healing. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to begin with one better handful, one better habit, one better day. And over time, those small daily wins add up to something extraordinary. A clearer mind, a steadier heart, a stronger body, a life you can keep living on your own terms. So next time you open your pantry, remember this. Your health doesn't begin in a hospital. It begins in your kitchen. Choose wisely. Eat consciously. And let your food, especially your nuts, work for you, not against you. Dr. Eric.